My wife, 24, and I, 45, want to have a baby. Unfortunately, she suffers from crippling anxiety in regards to her body, and said many times that she didn't want pregnancy to make her fat or loose. She alleviates her anxiety with strenuous exercise, as well as over-the-counter anti-anxiety medication, which is also bad for pregnancy. She wants to be a mother early because she'll have more energy for the baby. That is especially important since I have more health concerns than I used to have. My daughter is 15, and I've been casually but not officially saving for her college education. The amount I have earmarked for her education is close to the amount we would need for her surrogacy process. We have discussed getting a surrogate since we got married, but at the end of last year, when we're deciding on an agency, we realized that with our new home purchase and mortgage payments, that we would need to pull money earmarked for my daughter's college. We did everything needed with the agency and signed the contracts, which stalled due to the global crisis. As of this week, the doctors detected a heartbeat on our surrogate, so we, as contractually agreed, paid her the agreed-upon compensation. We will also be paying for any doctor visits, and this adds up to around $5,000 to $6,000 a month. After we wired the money to the surrogate, I decided to break the news to my daughter gently that we needed to use her college fund to bring about our new addition, but that we will work to rebuild her college nest egg. However, I also told her it wasn't a bad idea to get a job now and during college, or taking out loans because it puts skin in the game. She also didn't need to be going to the top private colleges she and her college counselors have been eyeing for her. Now my daughter is angry and saying that she'll resent the baby until the day she dies. And now she's demanding that I give her the $6,000 back and that she hopes her stepmother gets fat on her own. Am I the a-hole? I said I'd try to pay as much of it back, but I never got money for college, ended up getting a scholarship, and did fine. This baby is something both me and my wife really want. You're the a-hole. How do you not see this? It's a huge stressor and cause for anxiety to suddenly realize you'll have to come up with money for college, especially if you've been under the impression you wouldn't have to. Taking out student loans will affect your daughter for years after graduation. I say this as someone who can't get approved for a home thanks to my student loans. Plus, you are effectively already choosing your new kid over your daughter. Add that to the fact she's closer to your wife in age and will now have to navigate having a sibling 15 years younger than her. Plus, your wife should not be becoming a mom before sorting out her current mental health issues, because her crap's about to get rocked when the baby comes and her life turns upside down. Trying to keep it civil, but wow, this is frustrating. You're the a-hole, but you and your wife suck the most. You took money that was meant for your daughter's college to avoid your wife getting fat, which is disgusting. With the medical bills and a baby, there is no way you are saving to help with your daughter's education. You have chosen a fit wife over your daughter's future. She's going to end up in debt so her stepmother doesn't get fat. You're the a-hole. Like, for real? First off, you've married a woman that is young enough to be your daughter's sister. I'm sure she totally doesn't already resent that. Then, you've stolen money from her that you will not pay back. Not only do you need to repay the money you took, you have to repay the interest it would have earned. Plus, continue adding money that you would be had you not taken the money away in the first place. Then you told her she better be getting a job, basically promising her that you don't intend to pay it back. Secondly, if your wife is healthy enough to carry a child, but you've decided to steal your daughter's money because she doesn't want to gain weight, that is just insane. I, 33 female, am a widow and a mother of 2 twin boys. My husband Ryan passed away 3 years ago. His best friend Alex, 39 male, became a constant in our lives after Ryan passed, helping with the kids, the house, and helping with my grief. After a year, with my and Ryan's family blessing, we started dating. I'm the eldest child on both sides of a large family, 5 siblings and 10 aunts and uncles, 5 on each side, who had at least 4 kids each. I've always been the designated babysitter, sat at the kids' table until I was in my 20s, and got married because I had to watch the kids, missed out on activities on family vacations for the same reason. My mom's family is worse about it than my dad's. 6 months ago, a baby boy was placed with my mom's youngest brother Michael and his wife Mary. The baby's story is sad, but I won't get into it. They want to adopt him, but the bio mom's parents were fighting them. From what I've been told, they have substance issues as well. While this was going on, I saw signs that Alex was going to propose. For my birthday this year, he planned a big night out in a big city about an hour away. Reservation at a very fancy restaurant, fancy new outfits, etc. I was pretty sure that he was going to propose that night. 2 weeks ago, I get a call from Mary saying they have court against the baby's grandparents on my B-day, and can I watch him? I explained no and why, and she lost it, yelled at me, then called my mom, who then called me and yelled at me. I stood my ground. Without telling me, my mom told Michael and Mary I would do it. Told me later it was because if they showed up, she knew I wouldn't say no. They showed up mid-afternoon on my birthday with the baby, and I again told them no, and I did not tell my mom I would do it. They were furious, and I almost had to call the cops to have them removed. Anticipating drama from my family, I turned off my phone and went about my day. Alex did propose and is now my fiancé. The messages and texts I got when I turned my phone back on were vile, and from nearly everyone on my mom's side, accusing me of trying to sabotage the adoption, calling me a W for moving on with Ryan so quickly. It was disgusting, and my dad tried to defend me, and my mom got so mad she moved out and is staying with another uncle. So my siblings are harassing me, saying I ruined our parents' marriage. I suppose Alex and I could have canceled the reservation and gone another night, but he worked so hard on everything, and I didn't want to hurt him by canceling. So, am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. You are experiencing an extinction burst. You said no. For 2 weeks, your aunt, your uncle, and your mother fought that no, and then ignored it. Then they were surprised and enraged when your no turned out to be actually real. Now the group of people who have become accustomed to ignoring your no are amping up the aggression, because if they overwhelm you into apologizing, they can go back to using you for free childcare whenever. This is crucial. Hold firm. If you roll over now, you will teach them all that calling you a W is the new way to get you to do whatever they want. If you let them wear themselves out against your one simple no, then they will take a while, but eventually they will learn that you actually have boundaries, desires, and a life, and you deserve the basics of respect. You might have to block some of them while they scream and cry it out. It's a tantrum. I bet you've handled a few of those in your time. Not the a-hole. Why didn't your mom, or any of the siblings, or any other family member take care of the kid? Why are you the only one who can take care of this baby, on your birthday no less? Delusional family. Except for your dad. He seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. Not the a-hole. Your family sucks. Your mom especially, for telling them you would do it. She did this move out and stuff because she is used to manipulating people. Good on you for not letting her manipulate you. When we were in college, my ex got pregnant and I took care of her. My cousins that went to our school said that Emma was cheating on me. I was suspicious of Emma because she wanted an A at first. So I asked her for a paternity test, and she refused. I kicked her out and cut all contact, and so did our mutual friends. Years later, after graduating and getting a high-paying job, I hear from a friend that saw Emma with a little girl that was half white and half my race. I told my family, and to summarize, it turns out my cousins lied to me because they did not want a person from a lower class in our family. I'm trying to do everything I can to fix this situation, but I'm at the point where I'm unsure of what to do because after I was able to find Emma and apologize to her, she told me that she does not wish to be a family again and that she will only allow me supervised visits with our daughter. Am I the a-hole if I sue Emma for more time? I think I might be the a-hole because I have caused her so much trauma, and still, she has been so kind and understanding to me. But my daughter does not even have a connection to me, our culture, or her extended family. I want the best for them, and I am trying to do the right thing, but I feel that my judgment is clouded, and I do not want to act on my emotions here. Edited to add 1. I'm 100% sure she is my daughter because she looks so much like me, and she is definitely half white and half my race. I do not want to ask my ex for a paternity test because I know that she did not cheat, and I feel like that would be extremely wrong after everything. The age of my daughter also matches the time frame, so I'm very sure she is mine. Edited to add 2. If I went to court, I wouldn't be suing for primary custody, only more time. The visits that I get now are once a week for 2 hours, and I just feel like that would not be enough to establish a deep bond. I've talked to my ex about it, and she is standing firm that 2-hour visits once a week are all I will get. My friend who is involved in legal work says that I need a paternity test and that I would also need record of her accepting my money, so I really do not have a good case. Despite all this, I really do not want her to miss out on having an actual father, and I do not want to miss out on having a bond with my daughter. I really do want the best for them, but I'm still unsure on what that means. Edited to add 3. I just wanted to say real quick that my ex will not allow our daughter any contact with my family, so that is another reason I was thinking of going to court. I completely understand why she would not want my cousins to meet her, but my immediate family did nothing wrong, and my parents really want to meet her as she is their grandchild. Edited to add 4. Part of the reason that I believed my cousins when they said they saw her with other guys at parties was because I've been close to them my entire life, and I never would have imagined they would do this or have the beliefs that drove them to do this. I also want to say that I believed this not only because she initially wanted an A, but also because her parents disowned her when they found out she was pregnant, which my cousins used to manipulate me further by telling me that she was trying to fool me into supporting her while she was pregnant because her parents wouldn't. Her not taking the paternal test was the final action that made me really believe they were telling the truth. I would also like to let everyone know that I have completely cut those cousins out of my life. You're the a-hole. You kicked her out when she was pregnant and had her raise this kid on her own. You're not a father or anything. You're a sperm donor. Be thankful for what she's giving you, because it's more than you deserve. Take the money you're thinking of giving to the lawyer and hand her several years' worth of child support you obviously didn't pay. So, you want to jam in and force this little girl who doesn't know you to hang out with you and your family by suing her mother? Dude, you seriously have not changed at all. You're the a-hole. You're the a-hole. You want more time with your daughter? Earn it. This child doesn't know you, and that's your fault. If short supervised visits are what it takes to make her comfortable, then you need to suck it up for her sake. Accept and appreciate your ex is even slowly allowing you back into their lives after how awful you were. I have 7 kids. 4 are 10 through 15. 3 are adults. My fiancé has one daughter, 12, that is the same age as one of my kids. My fiancé lost her job during the virus, so I agreed she and her kid could live with me. She now makes a small bit of income as a freelance photographer, about $25K. I run a business and make in the mid-6 figures. The agreement was that she would do the house chores and help with the kids, and I would pay the rent. She would also buy the groceries and pay the light bill. So Christmas came, and I wanted to go all out for my kids. I spent about $500 per kid. I did buy all the kids a pair of headphones, $30, and her kid was included. Her daughter loved the headphones, my fiancé admitted. On Christmas, my fiancé was upset because I gave my kids their presents in front of her daughter. She only bought her daughter a funny t-shirt, a photo album with their photos, and a small cat figurine. She said I should have not given the big gifts to my kids in front of her daughter. It's my house. She also said she had spent a lot of money on my kids throwing their birthday parties, decorating for the holidays, and hosting movie nights when they came to visit. She said I didn't warn her that I would be spending so much on my kids. My ex-wife also complained that I spent way more than she could on the kids. If I'm paying for her and her kid to live in my house and only buy groceries and light bill, why am I the a-hole? She should be grateful, especially since her daughter loved the gift. Am I the a-hole? You're the a-hole. You're essentially punishing the kid for her mother's lack of income, and you are dismissing your fiancé's contributions to the household. Trust me, if you have to pay for someone to do the laundry, do the shopping, do the cooking, do the cleaning, etc., you'd be paying a fortune. You're definitely the a-hole. You're the a-hole. All kids opening presents at the same time in the same place should have equal gifts. I remember one time my grandmother gave my cousin a PS2, hundreds of dollars at the time, and I got a pair of socks. My cousin was a jock and didn't even play video games. I was the gamer. That kind of stuff sticks with you for life. You've told one of your daughters that you don't care about her as much as the real kids, in one of the languages they understand best. If your intention is for your fiancé and her kid to become a part of the family, treat them that way. And the fact that they live with you means you should basically be already treating them that way. My house? No, the family's house. Change your attitude, or your fiancé and her daughter would be better off without your house, your money, and you. You're the a-hole, more for your tone than anything else. Do you actually want to be with this person? You sound like she's an annoying coworker that you're helping out. I, 22 female, just graduated college with my Bachelor's of Science and am pursuing graduate school. I paid my own way through college using a combination of scholarships and working multiple jobs, with my parents taking a pretty hands-off approach, which I was fine with. Shortly before I graduated, my mom, 58 female, mentioned wanting to get me a present to celebrate and suggested a sapphire ring. I thanked her for offering to get me such a nice present, but told her not to get the ring because I didn't often wear fancy jewelry and would feel bad owning something so nice just for it to sit in my closet, and because it wasn't my style. I instead suggested some alternative gifts, like camping gear. My degree is in environmental science. But she disliked my ideas. I told her that she didn't have to get me anything, but if she really felt the need to mark the occasion, she could just write me a check for the money she would have spent on the ring, so I could put it towards my graduate degree. After graduation, she presented me with the very ring I had told her that I didn't want, insisting that she knew better and I would appreciate it later in life. I thanked her politely for it, but felt secretly frustrated. I ended up selling the ring a week later for a good amount of money and put that towards grad school application fees. My mom found out and is very angry about it, saying I am ungrateful. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. You told her that whilst you appreciate the thought, you did not want a ring and would not use it, even going so far as to suggest other options if she insisted on getting you something. She decided that she knew better than you about what you would actually want and is now upset that you sold the ring. My first thought was that she'd already bought the ring when she floated the idea by you, and didn't care enough about your opinion to change it because she personally liked the ring. She needs to learn how to not disregard others' opinions. Not the a-hole. You explicitly said you didn't want the ring. There are many things that could have happened that led her to feeling upset, but none of them are your responsibility. Perhaps she had already bought it. Perhaps she got it in some other way without buying. Maybe she's insecure. You can support her feelings without changing your mind or feeling guilty about it. Treating you like you're ungrateful is a way to be controlling, even if your mom doesn't realize it. I've learned this lesson the hard way, extraordinarily hard. Hopefully your mom doesn't have a lot of other toxic behavior patterns, but definitely seek help if she does. This is against the grain, but I'm going to go with you're the a-hole. This is coming from a really sentimental person with a dead parent though, and I wish I had something to remember my dad by. A ring literally takes up no space at all, and it was important to your mom to gift you something special. My mom is always trying to shove gifts into my luggage because that's her love language. I let her express it, and it takes a level of maturity to not be so bothered by it that I'd sell her gifts, knowing full well that it'd hurt her. I say thank you and express my appreciation. I know she worked her butt off to be able to afford these things. When your mom passes, you're going to wish you had something to remember her by. That's my unpopular take.